Good evening, basketball fans, and welcome to Illini Central, the home of the Illini Central Cougars. You are looking live at the Cougar Den, affectionately named by late great Hall of Fame coach John Giesler, two-time Hall of Fame coach John Giesler. I am Tony Worley coming to you from the Allen Stout broadcast booth here in the Cougar Den. Looking forward to the opportunity to bring this Illini Central basketball game to you from the Allen Stout broadcast booth. You don't usually get to see my ugly mug on here, but I mentioned Allen and talk about the booth, and I wanted to get the sign on the screen. So glad to bring this game to you this evening, as I'm going to bring to you this non-conference game between our Illini Central Cougars and the Cornerstone Christian Cyclones. Cougars come into the game with a record of 9-8. The Cyclones come into the game with a record of 5-10. As long as I can trust Max Preps, a lot of the things that I say on the broadcast, at least statistically or game-wise, are things that have come from the internet, which I'm the technology here at Illini Central, and would probably tell you not to trust everything you see on the internet. So that being said, I'm going to go with 5-10 because that's what I've seen so far. The Cougars come into the game 4-1 in their last 5 games. They've had a couple of big wins in a row for them. Mount Pulaski win last week and the Havana win on Tuesday night. They didn't play late last week. This is a makeup game from when we had weather issues back in late November, early December. The Cyclones come in to today's game 3-2 in their last 5 games. So they're on a little bit of a roll as well as we get ready as we start heading towards the postseason. I would say let's go to my keys to the game for Illini Central. We need to limit turnovers. I think you could type that at every single, or on my makeshift chalkboard, you could put that on the board every game that you ever coached or ever played in. Like, take care of basketball is going to be a key to trying to win the basketball game. The second one, take pride in our defense. When we take pride in the way we're defending, working together, doing our job, things go better for us. I'd probably go for any team, but especially for this team. Need to take pride in our defense. And then the last one is we need to have the same level of drive. And what I mean by that is the big game against Mount Pulaski a week ago, we were kind of focused and into it and had a little extra motivation, chalkboard type motivation. And then the game Tuesday night, anytime, if you were listening, you know Illini Central and Havana, it's a big rivalry, and kids get up for it no matter what kind of season we are having. Same way with the Havana kids. You can't come in on a Thursday night. We've found out we're not having school tomorrow because of the expected cold. That being along those lines, make sure you take care of yourself. Be careful out there this evening and tomorrow and through the weekend. But anyway, I'm worried a little bit about the boys, not because of anything to do with the Cyclones, but to do, I know these kids, 3 of the players are in the class that I teach. I just want to make sure we stay, we got to have if you ever want to be good at whatever you do, you have to, whatever it's basketball or other things, you have to have the same level of effort in all that you do. You can't pick and choose. This is my first year of not coaching, but last year being my last year of coaching, I told my players on a consistent basis, when you start picking and choosing when you're going to give your best effort, you'll start to choose to do it less often because it takes more effort. So looking forward to an opportunity for see whether the kids do just that. Let's go out and compete in this game like it's like a lifelong county rival like they did 2 nights ago. So I'm glad that you're with me. Let's see what we got. All 36 of you with me this evening. Glad I get a chance to bring it to you. I hope it's entertaining, and I hope we have a good game. We're going to cut out now for the national anthem, and then I'll be back in a minute. We'll do starting lineups, and then we'll get to the tip of this clash between the Cougars and the Cyclones.
Coaches and fans are remembered, so make the choice
having a little bit of trouble here. Illini Central controlling the volume. Let's go, guys. Yeesh, it's loud in here. So crank that sound system up here in Mason City. So like I said, we'll get ready here for the starting lineup. I have coaches on my sheet. Of course I don't. Of course it didn't print names of coaches. So let me go back to Max Preps real quick. Go to Cornerstone's page, roster, the staff. I was on my other list. So head coach Chad Witt will go with starters number 10. That is Evan Tom. Number 31, that's Evan Klein. Number 34 is Ben Toma. Number 42 is Joseph Hughes. And the last one is number 44. That's Joey Balonis. I'm hoping I asked about these names. Nothing gets me any more wound up than knowing that I possibly could mispronounce a kid's name. I don't want to do that. So let's meet the Cougars starting 5.
The sophomore, number 4, Preston Clark.
Preston Clark's sophomore.
Sophomore, number 11, Dominic Blair.
Sophomore, Dom Blair.
A senior, number 33, Parker Umback.
Parker Umback gets the start. Number 33.
A senior, number 3, Ryder Claypool.
Ryder Claypool, another senior.
And a senior, number 2, Brody Folks.
And 2, Brody Folks. So the same starters we've been running with for the last few games. Like I said, boys played a hard-fought game against Havana on Tuesday night, and now get a chance to play again with, like I said, the situation of having a makeup game. We've had some makeup games because of that crazy early snow, and so it's going to make the month of, I broadcast Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday of next week, so we'll be really busy coming up here in the Cougar Den. The tip is won by Parker Umback, and Dom Blair will bring it across the timeline. The Cyclones start man-to-man. We'll see if they like to switch. They don't. They're going to try to fight through screens. We talked about that in one of the last games. It was either the girls' game or boys' game. Can't remember which one. Switching man-to-man is so much harder to score against. The rules for how you would try to get somebody open change. There's a nice back cut by Preston. Steps out for a 3. He's been shooting the ball better lately. That one's off. Probably says, Worley, shut up. Don't say that until I make it. And the ball will be brought into the front court by number 34. That's Ben Toma. Give me a second to get these names and numbers into my head. Ball swung to the corner. Try to throw it inside. Dom, good help on defense. Parker front in the post like he's supposed to. That's a good start defensively. Swung to the, you can't blindly swing the ball. You want to swing the ball, but not blindly. That's a nice running layup after a steal by Ben Toma. He gets 2 stats off that, a steal and a basket, and the Cyclones take a 2-0 lead to start. Illini Central runs their usual play, and unfortunately for the Cyclones, I'm not sure if they've scouted that or not, but that's a Coach Burke's play. That's a Coach Burke's dad play. Well known, and it worked again. Drive and kick. There's Toma with it up top. Back up top to number 10. That's Tom. And good box out by Dom, or at least occupying position, and the foul will be on number 44. That is Joey Balonis. No full court pressure here, at least to start from the Cyclones. Like I said, they're in a man-to-man. High poster Ryder, nice back cut. Ryder needs to, there you go, good. I would say let's finish that, but it's a good take. Kind of got to collect yourself before you go up. The girls' game, in case you're don't have that on the screen right now, the Ryder hits the free throw. Girls up 34-21. They were up 20 at the half. Midwest has chopped into the lead, so I'm kind of keeping an eye on that. If you were watching the JV game and the camera wasn't moving, I apologize. That's on me. I was trying to watch the girls' game at the same time, watch the girls that I've coached. So Cornerstone brings it into the front court. That's number 10. That's Tom. Over to Balonis. Back to Toma. Tom drives. He's a lefty. Illini Central gets a piece of it. Preston on the break. Jump stop there. Back to Brody. Nice hands by Tom. Evan Tom knocks it away from Brody. I joked the other night the way Brody shoots the three. I'm not sure I don't pull up for that three if I'm him. Almost a steal there by Joseph Hughes. Over to Preston Clark. Brody comes around, kind of a stutter step, and hits it. I wasn't sure if he was going to get that three or not because he he didn't have his footwork the way he wanted it, but he collected himself and was able to knock it down. As I said on one of my other previous broadcasts, if you're an NBA guy like me, you've been watching, they started doing the little hand motion bang thing when someone makes a three. We did it first. In case you're new to our broadcast, we were doing that a year ago, so the NBA kind of owes us. Dom all the way to the rim and finishes. Tom is going to push it the other way. He reads the defense, dumps it inside to number 31. 31 is Klein. It's off the glass. Rebound down to Ryder Claypool. We kind of go as Ryder Claypool goes. Ryder, it's like he doesn't score a lot of points, but boy, if he's aggressive defensively and aggressive offensively, creating for himself and for others, we're a whole lot better. That's a nice take, Ryder, all the way to the rim. And the Cougars take an 8-2 lead here in the first quarter with about 4:20 to go. Girls game's getting ready to start the fourth, up 34-23. Nice pass inside, and that's a finish by Joseph Hughes, I think. Again, it takes a minute to get the names and the numbers into your head. So luckily there's only 5 of them to remember. Brody with a nice step back, and bang, that goes in. That is a bad sign for the opponent when you see Brody get off to a quick start like that. Brody the other night was getting face guarded the full length of the court the entire time. He was getting the old 90s NBA defense, a lot of hand checking. We did try to dig it out by Preston, but they're going to call a foul. That's going to put number 42, Joseph Hughes, on the line. Joseph, the last trip down, had a basket. The girls were on fire earlier. Maybe they've grown cold. Joseph Hughes drains that free throw. Nothing but the bottom of the net. And a sub will come in. That's number 2, Graham Maxwell. There's someone else waiting to check in, obviously getting Joseph Hughes. And Joseph hits both, and that will get his teammate Josh Safura into the game. Safura, I'm going to make that. I got that one right, I think. Dom, go up, finish that. Attaboy, that's the way to finish. It looked like he was maybe thinking about doing something else with it besides. The ball will be brought up into the front court by the Cyclones. Nice shot fake by Klein. He goes up and misses. Rebound down to Preston Clark. Dom's going to hit ahead. I like the run out. Brody again for 3. That one's off. Way to fight for it, Ryder. Rebound down to Tom. Evan Tom pushes it the other way with some speed. Nice little dump off pass to Klein, and he finishes it. And it's 13-8. Tom likes to push the ball on the break. I enjoy watching that. Grew up a Los Angeles Lakers fan. Magic Johnson, my hero. Gotta love the fast break. Ryder goes to the baseline, whips it out to try to get it to Parker, and it goes out of bounds in favor of the Cyclones. One thing about driving baseline, you better know what you're going to do when you get down there. It's definitely a fantastic place to try to trap someone. So not a place to go if you don't have an absolute plan of what you're going to do with it. Tom brings it up, drops it off to number 34. 34 is Ben Toma. He misses it. Rebound down to Ryder Claypool. That's already 2 times that I've said his name for a rebound. Will Durbin's in. He kicks it out to Brody. Brody for his 3rd 3 of the first quarter. You got to know where he's at. And Brody would say, nah, it's all right. You don't got to know where I'm at. Will, 34 drops it down. Nice move in there. Tipped away. 34 gets it back. And a nice little right-handed finish in traffic. That's Ben Toma. He tried to get it to his teammate. It got deflected right back to him. And instead of hesitating, he went right to the rim. Carter Flaherty, number 15, a sophomore, is checked in. Dom drives, looks to kick out. Kicks out to Flaherty. Flaherty drives to the elbow. Throws it up to Will Durbin. Will didn't really get his feet set, misses it. Rebound down to Toma. He gives it across to number 2, and that's a 3 for Graham Maxwell. So he checks into the game and immediately contributes some points, and that cuts the Cougar lead to 3 with 1 minute and 13 seconds to go in the first quarter. The Cyclones, they survived the first little storm that the Cougars sent at them. No pun intended with the cyclone thing, sorry. But they're right there. With 55 seconds to go, the Cougars seem to be running a play. There's no 5 count. Brody steps out, almost gets it taken away by Maxwell, who had just hit that 3. Brody drives baseline, goes up, shot blocked by Evan Klein. And number 42, Joseph Hughes, checks back in. He will get Evan Klein. And we sub, Preston Clark comes back in because Preston's a shooter. Nice out of bounds play by Coach Burks. You try to guard Brody Folks, try to stay with him. You don't want him to get open, and he cuts right back to where he was at. And Illini Central leads 18-13 with 35 seconds to go in the first quarter. Try to get the ball inside to 34. Dom's going to get a foul call. Yep, you could see it. 34 is Toma. Pretty clean first quarter, 2 fouls apiece. After the way the game went the other night in here, where it was just like a minor football game in terms of just the physicality of it. Maxwell says, give me another one. And the basket agrees with it, and it goes down. And just like that, it's a 2-point game. 17 seconds to go in the first quarter. Graham Maxwell, a freshman, has come in the game, and he's given the Cyclones 2. And right away, Brody goes to his left hand, which is his strong hand, and he finishes with 2 seconds to go. Ben Toma's got it. He gives it off to Tom. Tom left in a tough situation to get that shot up. He kind of looked dejected, but that's pretty tough, Evan, to hit that shot in that situation when you get the ball with 2 seconds left in the end of the quarter. So as the quarter comes to an end, it's 20-16 in favor of the Cougars. And we'll be, well, I'm not going to cut out. There's no reason to cut out. Go back over here and look at the girls' score. The girls up 40-23 with 4 minutes to go at Midwest Central. Midwest has done something different to their court. Just looks, no, I think they redid it maybe. So the girls, like I said, just keeping track of them. I could go over and see how the middle school volleyball's doing. Got a shout out. I meant to do this. Maybe I could do it later. See if I can put that. Maybe I'll do that after halftime. So I'll ignore what I was getting ready to say. Let's see. Let's check the people on the court. Illini Central goes back with the starters. They're back on the court. Maxwell stays in. Tom stays in. Toma stays in. Hughes is in. And Balonis checks back in as well. Again, I hope I'm saying that right. Ball screen there. Then tries to make a move to Hughes. The ball's knocked away. They do that's a good job. Nice camera work by me. I miss it. Good job of trapping Dom. Brody for another 3. That one's short. Rebound down. Evan Tom. Nice little flip pass behind him. I like the flair from that kid already. Over to Maxwell. Like I said, Graham Maxwell's a freshman. So coaches have to love seeing a kid that can come in and instantly give a spark off the bench. Tom is a junior. Evan Tom, he'll be back again too. Preston Clark with it. Over to Brody. Ryder's going to back cut, back to the top to Parker. There we're trying to get that screen down there, swing it out, good. Ryder drives, 2 guys back cut, that's not good into the same spot. Ryder missed, but I like the shot. I would have gone back up again. Ryder, you did all that work, reward yourself. Number 34, Toma gets in the lane, a scoop shot, and it's good. Nobody stopped the ball, and Ben Toma says, I'll take that all the way to the rim. Cyclones still man, not switching, which is fine. We never switched, but a lot more teams do that now. Parker had inside position on the opposite side, and Maxwell fouls him. Parker, I'm back going to check out. Will Durbin checks back in. Brody, there it is. A good play always has more options off of it, and you try to jump out on Brody and stop him, and then the screener slips. If you don't know what slipping means, if you set a screen and then you cut right to the basket, that's called a slip. If you're at a game and you hear that, if you hear to slip the screen, that's what it is. It slips right to the basket. There's a shot from the three-point range by Ben Toma. And the Cyclones take the lead 21-20 with 5:54 to go in the first half. They have, like I said, they weathered that early run by the Cougars, and then Dom Blair drives to the basket there. So the Cougars go back up 22-21. Back to my keys to the game. I don't think right now we've taken a whole lot of pride in our defense. We don't have anywhere near the same intensity that we had in a rivalry game on Tuesday night. So when you heard me going on at the beginning of the game about the need to come with that same level of intensity, you can't pick and choose when you're going to play hard or when you're going to take it serious. That'll get you. So we really need to clean that up here as we go on in the first half. I'm going to do this now and a couple times. I usually do this during the broadcasts. Illini Central fans, you've probably already done it, hopefully. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Click the like. Whether you do or don't doesn't really matter to me, but the bell is nice because that's going to pop up on your phone and your iPad or your computer. If you're on YouTube, it's going to let you know the broadcast is live, and then you don't miss any Illini Central action regardless of what that is, whether it's basketball, volleyball, and even on our school account when it comes graduation time and 8th grade promotion time and other things like that. So Ryder with a great steal. Ryder had a couple of huge steals the other night against Havana. When he's engaged, like I said, I think Coach Burks and I were talking earlier today, when we go how Ryder goes, his intensity. The Cougars are in their 1-3-1 now, it looks like, trying to get something going. I talk about this at the girls' games a lot, especially. We don't play a lot of zone in these boys' games, but if you're not moving when the ball moves in a zone, you're out of place. If you're watching at home or you're watching at a game and you don't know much about the zone, or maybe if you think you know about it and maybe you don't, you got to move when that ball moves. That ball got swung to the corner. Whoever's guarding the high post, I'm not going to pick on Will this trip because I don't know if it was him for sure. He didn't move. You move late. Easy layup inside, or at least easy opportunity inside for free throws for Hughes. Sorry, Joseph. Drive baseline for Preston. Kick out to Dom. Dom for 3. It's off. Preston fighting for it. That's a rebound down to Evan Klein. Tom for the little shot right there. Rebound, another rebound, and a foul. That rebound is Joseph Hughes. He's been very active. He's a sophomore. It's nice to have, I printed these out differently, and it's easier to read, I think, than what it normally is. So Parker checks in for Will. So there's 3 people contributing. They're all younger. There's Maxwell. Tries to throw it in to Klein. Klein dumps it off to Maxwell, and he gets another one. Maxwell has 8 points now off of the bench. A couple of threes, a nice little drop shot, and it's 24 all. Brody with it on the left wing. Parker in the corner. Swings to the top to Dom. All the way across to Preston. I don't like the fact, whoops, darn it. I don't like the fact that Preston missed his first shot and then that time didn't even look at it. Doesn't mean he has to shoot it. That's not a good decision. Again, I don't necessarily like, I don't know how focused we are right now. And I know how focused the Cyclones are because they've definitely made a run back. Nice kick out by Preston. He didn't have anything. Girls won 45-27. And here go the Cyclones. Nice throw ahead. Dom's ready for it. He tracks it down, tries to throw off of Klein. But unfortunately for Dom, the ball bounced off Klein and then right back off of him. He was falling into the front row and had no way to get out of the way of it. So he made a good play, or tried to make a good play. Did make a good play. It just didn't work out. There's a loose basketball we got to get after. Are we still 1-3-1 or are we man? Try to get a steal, dump down, nice little pass, and that's a drop off to Klein, and it's 26-24. All about the defense for Illini Central right now, or lack thereof, I should say. Not playing a whole lot of defense. And those of you who might be listening from Cornerstone, the people from Illini Central, ooh, that's a travel, look like. Tom drives, kicks out. Klein shot fake, that's a nice play by him. It's short. And an attempt to block out by Brody. Hughes tried to get it. You heard me, what I was getting ready to say was, if you don't know listening, I coached for about 30 years, so doesn't mean I know everything, but I do hopefully have a little bit of knowledge about it. And I mentioned about driving baseline. There was another situation where you drove baseline, you got down there without a plan, drove with that letter A on Cougars on the floor, and nowhere to go with it. And Carter Flaherty hits that three. Had a better outcome than driving baseline. That ball was thrown away. Carter tried to get a hand on it, must not have got a hand on it. And I think we may have a timeout. We do. It's a full timeout. I'm not sure if it was on Coach Burks or if Coach Burks called it or not. I didn't see which way he motioned. So, like I said, girls come away with a 45-27 win at Midwest Central. So the girls have they've been playing, I think they've been playing better. They've had some good games in a row. So it's a positive as their season winds down. See, I was looking, one nice thing about Max Preps, like I said, trust in the internet. The common opponents that we have with Cornerstone Christian so far this year, Cornerstone beat Hartsburg is what we beat Hartsburg. We both beat them kind of soundly. And then actually we played Lutheran a couple of weeks ago on a Saturday, and we didn't really show up and got thumped pretty good actually. And meaning the Cyclones, they beat them. They're picking up full court now. Hadn't done that yet. Nothing fancy, just a little token pressure there. So they beat Lutheran, I think, by 5, I think it was. So that's the only common opponents that we have. Dom from the free throw line, that's a nice little shot. Dom's just progressively getting better all the time. Does a lot of good things for us. Thrust into playing the point guard position as a freshman last year. Tom with the drive, like I said. Left-handed kid, nice drive. Well, that might have been a foul. I'm surprised that didn't get called, actually. That was Toma that drove. Dom for a 3, that's off. Parker kind of played the rebound well, didn't get it. In the JV game, Tom goes in. They're going to call that a block, and it is. I don't think that was a charge. I thought Tom avoided the contact. I mean, there was contact, but I didn't think he hit him midline is one of my. Not sure what the discussion is. Not sure. Coach Burks was not happy about something. I don't know. It didn't look like they were shooting free. They were going to shoot free throws. Not sure. Not sure what the discussion was. It was on the floor. You know, it's nice when you see the officials get together and kind of talk about it instead of just automatically. I want to say this too in a positive way. You know, sometimes you question I thought the officials in the JV game were fantastic. They did a great job. The guys we have right now have done a great job so far as with 1:40 to go. A lot of times I was talking to Coach Kevin Burks, right? Coach Burks' dad before the game. You know, sometimes not us usually. I don't try to complain about officiating, and you really haven't seen. I've seen some stuff over the years, so you need to appreciate it when you get a good crew. And right now, these guys are doing a good job, I think, so far. Brody for another three. That's long. Tom with the rebound. He pushes. He is quick. Nice bounce pass to Toma. And Klein makes it. And it's 29-28 in favor of Illini Central. Just cannot string together a couple of positive defensive possessions. Parker, good decision not to shoot that three. Misses it. Rebound down to Carter Flaherty. It's knocked off of Tom. He thought it was knocked off Carter's leg. I didn't necessarily see it like that, but I'm not standing down there on the baseline either. Here's that out of bounds play I said a minute ago is really good. Drive in Brody. It's off. Ryder tips it out. Brody gets it back. It rims off. That's a rebound down to Klein. Push ahead by Tom. Over to Maxwell. Maxwell in the corner here to, got my papers in the way, Toma. They're going to hold it for the last shot. 20 seconds. Down to 15. Looking to get it inside. Klein, a back cut by Maxwell. Klein drives, falls. They're going to call travel with 5 seconds to go. I don't know if it was, I didn't think he got tripped. It looked like he might have. So they're going to pick up full court here, just trying to make us not be able to just go and do exactly what we want. Let's not turn this over or get a 5 count. Dom comes back to get it. Dom's going to have a chance to get a shot up. He just flips it up, and it almost rimmed. Coach Witt thought that was a travel. I don't know if I necessarily disagree with him, but luckily, if it was, the ball didn't go in. So at the end of the first quarter, it is Illini Central 29, Greenview 20. Greenview. What am I talking? Illini Central Greenview. We play together in girls basketball. Illini Central leads Cornerstone Christian, the Cyclones, 29-28. I'm going to cut out. I'll be back when it's time to start the second half. Glad you're with me. Welcome back as we get ready to start the second half. One thing I was going to talk about before the game, or I started to mention it, and then I didn't. We were kind of waiting this evening to find out. One of my former students and players came over and just asked me how the team, how the other regional went in relation to who our 7th graders are going to play in the sectional on Monday. We got a regional championship last night for our 7th grade boys. Let's see. Kind of doing this on the fly here. So yeah, our 7th grade boys, great game last night. They were able to pick up a regional championship. Gosh, that's not completely centered, is it? That's what happens when you do things on the fly. Things don't get centered correctly. Anyway, the boys won a regional last night. It was a great game, beat Illini Bluffs in a close one. And they found out this evening they'll be taking on Peoria St. Philomena. That'll be Monday night at 6 p.m. here at Illini Central, not in this gym, in the big gym, but in the Cougar Center where our junior high teams play. So congratulations again to those kids. Good group of kids. Coaches do a great job. Excited for them. Anytime you have an opportunity to win a regional, obviously, or go on and get one more win and have a chance to go to state, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. So congratulations again to them. And now we know who our opponent will be next week. And the coaches were there tonight, I think, scouting. So they'll hopefully be able to come up with a plan of how we're gonna attack that team with a chance to go to state next Tuesday. So now back to this game, which is definitely up for grabs. Both teams played pretty good in the first half. I'm not sure what the Cyclones, having not seen them, maybe they're really happy with how they played in the first half. I thought they played well. I've mentioned not so sure our defense is where it needs to be, so we kind of need to pick that up. So as we get ready to start the second half, let's see. It looks like the Cyclones got the same starters. We have the same starters, so we're back to the beginning. So that's Dom, Preston, Brody, Parker, and Ryder for us. For them, it's number 10, Tom, number 31, Klein. Nice back cut, missed it. 42's Hughes. Let's see, who else? 34, Ben Toma, and 44, Joey Balonis. And that's a foul on Dom, and that's his third. That's a foul all the way at the other end of the court. That is going to play a role in this game, I'm afraid. Carter Flaherty comes in. And nice lob pass inside to Hughes. He gets fouled. Preston kind of gets bent backwards on the foul. It was on him, clearly a foul on him, trying to block a shot. Now, the bad thing is that's his second. Preston's got to be smart now. We've already got one of our starting guards on the bench. We don't need the other one on there. So that right there is a situation where, I don't know, try to dig that ball out of there instead of trying to block that shot would be probably something to think about. Hughes misses the second. Did he make the first one? Yeah, he did. So it's tied up 29-29 here in the Cougar Den. Ryder Claypool with it. Back cut by Carter Flaherty. Dumps it here to Preston. Skips it across to Parker Umback. That three's off to the left. You could see it from my angle. You could see it at home too, that it was trailing to the left. I know if you're listening, you're like, why is he going on? I just like the way Evan Thomas, the way he pushes the basketball. I think he creates stuff for his teammates with that quickness. And he got into the lane again. The shot didn't fall for him. Funny thing is, you look up at the scoreboard, and that's a shot from Preston's off, rebound down to Hughes. Brody does a good job of getting a hand on it. I had already pressed the camera to the other direction, and the steal. My camera's reaction isn't as quick, but Ryder gets it, gets the steal, and Ryder's going to get to go up and shoot a free throw here in a tie ball game, 29-all. That foul was on number 34. That's Ben Toma. What I was saying about Tom is some people go, well, I see up on the scoreboard, he hasn't scored, up on the stat board, he hasn't scored a point yet. Well, it's not all about scoring points. It's about what you can do and create for your teammates, play defense and all those other things. There's a lot more to it than scoring baskets, scoring points. Inside again to Hughes. Hughes, nice. He tried to step through there. Parker did a good job defending. Tom down to Klein. Klein clears some space for himself. Misses. Parker with a nice position rebound. I don't know if it was a box out as much as it was just a position rebound. Ryder will bring it up. He'll drive. He has an opportunity to go up. He probably thought he got hit. Looked like it probably got blocked. Here's Tom accelerating into the elbow, dumps down to Klein. Klein gets it blocked by Parker, and the ball stays in the Cyclones, on the Cyclones end of the court. Ooh, nice bounce pass. Again, I said it earlier, you probably thought I was joking, but Magic Johnson fan, and I love a person who can pass the basketball and creates for his teammates. We are really right now just kind of discombobulated. There's a nice drive by Ryder, kicks out to Preston. Preston for three, that just rims out. Preston cannot stop shooting. Stop the ball, stop the ball. And there's a timeout from Coach Burks, and just like that, it's 33. No, it wasn't a timeout. It was a timeout for the official to get Ryder was still at the other end. You can't see the camera. Coach Burks you're in a position. Coach Burks knows his team. Dom's got 3 fouls, but the way things are going, down 3 with 5:20 to go. I mean, you're not down by 20. You're down 3. You need your best guard in there. Dom comes back in, misses, rebound. Comes down, they're going to stay here. That foul is going to be on number 42, I think, or no, sorry, 44. I couldn't tell. Check on the board up there. So that's 2 on Joey Balonis. Dom drives, gets an and one. He finishes it. Hit the floor hard. Just a normal foul, just trying to playing basketball. Ben Toma will get called for that one, I think. Or maybe not. Maybe that one was on Hughes. So Dom has a chance to tie it up. Ryder seems to think he's all right. He'll go back in on him. Nope. Missed free throw. Rebound down to Joey Balonis. Here's Tom. He drives. It's on the floor. Yeah, Coach Burks is not happy at all. And I would be honest with you, I don't blame him. This is kind of exactly goes with our conversation earlier today. And what I've been saying the entire beginning part of the broadcast. Just lazy on defense. But the nice thing is there's still 4 minutes and 50 seconds left plus the fourth quarter to decide you want to guard a little bit. Not on that possession, unfortunately. And the lead is back to 3 for the Cyclones. Ryder catches that, whips it over to Carter. Carter will shoot it. It'll be long. Rebound down to Tom. I didn't push the button fast enough. He's faster than I can press the button. They're going to call a foul on that and go to the free throw line. Yeah, Coach Burks is not happy. He usually is not a person that yells a lot. It's kind of quiet in here tonight. We don't have anywhere near the crowd that we had on Tuesday, partly because it was Havana and our little Palms girls. Our Palms girls had their clinic, so the little girls were here. So it's packed here the other night, and it's not now. And you can hear Coach Burks, and he is not happy. And the bad thing for the Cougars is Maxwell, who has 8 on the night. He's checked back in. There's another free throw. So Tom gets both of his free throws, and that pushes it to a 36-32 lead. A lot of standing around. Got to move on offense. Parker for 3. That rims out. Rebound down to Maxwell. He gives it off to Toma. Toma. I don't know if Dom can be trying to take charges now with 3 fouls because it just puts him in a bad spot. I don't know, unless it's an obvious one. So just like that, it's a 7-point lead for the Cyclones. Really need a good possession here. Brody's going to get open on this one. Needs to be a little bit aggressive here. Tries to back down number 15. That is Josh Safura, sorry, that's what I meant to say, Safura. And Cougars get a basket there, cut it to 5. Got to get stops. It's about defense. It's not about offense, it's about defense. If you get stops, then you'll have a chance. There's a, that looked like a foul. That is a foul. Golly. Coach Witt was probably thinking the first one was a foul. He's glad now it wasn't because Joseph Hughes got his own rebound and went back up and then did get fouled on it. And he is going to be able to go to the free throw line with an opportunity to push the lead even further. Rebound down to Ryder Claypool. Now is when you start to hear all kinds of things in that quiet gym. Need the cheerleaders to cheer louder so we don't hear it all. Nice play by Dom. Coach Burke's gonna call a 30-second timeout. Probably get a little animated, which nothing wrong with that. May or may not have done that in my day. Brody's going to check back in. He seemed like he was a little bit banged up at that as he went off the court, but he seems to be fine now. So it'll be Cornerstone basketball as they bring it into the front court. That is Ben Toma, guarded by Preston Clark. Off to Graham Maxwell. Maxwell swings it over here to number 15. That's Josh Safura, sorry. Nice set play there by the Cyclones for a layup. They've got some confidence right now. We still are just kind of floundering a little bit. Haven't strung together 2 good offensive possessions or 2 good defensive possessions. Parker drives into Ryder. Back cut Carter. He hits it. It does not matter whether we continue to, if we trade baskets the rest of the game, we're going to lose because we're already losing. So we got to play at this end. Oh my goodness. Rebound down to Parker. You can't throw a pass. If you cannot defensively let a pass go from the top of the key into the post, down to the block. That's just terrible defense. We can't do that. If it seems like I'm being negative, if you're an Illini Central person, there's a 3 by Rhodey. It's just, you got to play defense. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It's about playing defense. Got to get another stop. Got to get on a little bit of a run here. Straight up, make him shoot over you. And he does, and he finishes. That is, I think that was, yeah, that was Toma. .41, 105 to go. The best part is lots of game left, but it's going to start down here on this end. Stops and rebounds. It's got to be a stop and then a rebound. Tom, that's good defense by Parker. That was good defense by Parker. I don't think that was a foul. Shots off by Brody. Rebound down. Here comes Graham Maxwell. To Toma up top. Toma's played a solid game. He's got 19 of their 45. There's Klein. They're going to take the last, they want to take the last shot. Got 4 across here. Usually, sometimes what you like to do is throw it to the elbow there and get a back cut. Now Klein has an opportunity to drive after his teammate clears out. Over to Tom, quick reversal to Toma. Toma picked up by Parker on back. The shot by Klein is good. When you allow somebody to get some confidence, they're playing with confidence. Coach Witt is pumped up. The crowd that's made the trip here to Mason City is fired up. Now let's see what the response is from the Cougars. Let's see if we have a response here in the fourth quarter. So 8 minutes to go, a 6-point game. So we'll see. Like I said, Coach Burks has already, been upset. Now as a coach, you get to pick what you're going to do. I know I've been in that spot. Do you stay angry or do you, try to plead with them to come out of it? So kind of play. You probably try to motivate them a little bit. Got another game tomorrow night, depending on what what decision is made based on the weather. Like I said, we're not having school tomorrow. I'm sure like game decisions and things like that for the weekend, they will be made as they go. See how things are. So here's this run the set play. They defend it better that time. Here comes, like to have seen Parker roll to the basket that time instead of flare for the 3. Need Preston to get one. That one's off. He needs to not quit. He needs to not stop shooting. He's got to shoot with confidence. Shooters, got to shoot it. Okay, got to be stops. I like Parker jumping out there. Now let's go. Let's run. I know that's not usually what we do, but put a little downhill pressure on him. Dom drives, doesn't make it, but opportunity to shoot free throws. And a foul there with the clock stopped, a chance to get some points here. Just got it. Sometimes you got these kind of games where you just got to grind them out. Dom hits the first free throw. Stick around after the game. Coach Burks will be up to talk about tonight's contest. Out goes Safura. In comes Hughes. Durbin will check in. Dom misses the second. Made 1 out of 2. 5-point game. I'm a broken record. I can say broken record now because Vinyl's coming back in again. It starts down here. Tom, that gets blocked by Preston Clark. Not sure Coach Witt was happy about that possession. Back to Dom. Got to move without the basketball. Like to see screen set for Brody. They're doing a good job. They've got Maxwell, a freshman, on him. Brody has the height advantage. I think Coach Burks is over here trying to get Brody a look. I don't know whether he's trying to get him ISO'd into the post or whether he just was trying to get that back cut, because they did end up switching and they put a freshman on him. Brody's got to finish that, and he doesn't. I don't know, looked like he might have got hit. Here's Maxwell, and he kicks it off of his foot accidentally, and it will be allowed back to Illini Central basketball. 6 minutes, 33 seconds to go. 47-42. This is why I said Preston Clark's got to shoot when he's open. You still got time. All it takes is one to break the ice and get you going again. These screens, that is about a moving screen. You got to be setting good screens to get Brody open. Brody will shoot 2 here. Like opportunity to score points with the clock stopped. Brody gets the first. We got Dom with 3 fouls. We got Preston with 3 fouls. Everybody else is okay on the foul side of things. Will sat there for a while and didn't get in. Don't like Parker's body language. Needs to get his head back in there when you need him. He was a huge part of the win against Mount Pulaski a week ago and Havana the other night. Ball goes inside to Klein. He goes up. It's missed. Nice rebound by Will. Be strong with it, Will. Let the traffic clear. Dom will bring it up just like that. Like I said, it's a 3-point game. That's 2 consecutive stops. It's about stops. It's about getting stops. Crowd from the Cyclone crowd wasn't so sure if that was off on us or them. Try to get the out of bounds play there. Toma grabs. That play worked last time, so he was kind of ready for it. Brody's sitting on 20. Toma sitting on 19. Both leading scorers guarding each other. Well, I don't know who Brody's guarding. There's a 3 from Brody, step back 3, and Brody hits it, and it's tied up. That's like I said, now 2 stops in a row, it needs to be 3. You gotta string the stops together. It can't be 1 stop and then a basket. It can't alternate. They're gonna go to Toma. He's gonna kick it out. Klein gets it. Klein gets tripped by Preston, and that is Preston's 4th foul. Parker will check back in for Will. Carter will check in for Preston. In the corner to Tom. He pulls for 3. It's short. Toma got her hand on it. Dom picks up his 4th foul. Now we are in a little bit of trouble. You got your starting backcourt in foul trouble. So now Parker swore, I don't think this is his first varsity. He played in some of those first games of the year. So anyway, he's in the game right now. Toma goes right by Carter Flaherty, and Hughes goes up and gets fouled. Now is when you're going to need Brody, Parker, and Ryder to step up and be your leaders. You need your 3 seniors on the court to lead a little bit here, and now is a great time to do it in a tie game with 5:21 to go. Hughes misses the first free throw. Need to box out here. You've got leading scorer Toma down there on Parker Swar's side. Is he going to play a trick on it? And he didn't do the spin move, but he did get himself inside for an opportunity to rebound. So number 42, Joseph Hughes has 11. Like I said, 34, Toma has 19 on the Cyclone side. The Illini Central side, Brody Folks leads us with 23 on the court right now. You got 5 out of Ryder, 5 out of Carter Flaherty, and a couple from Parker. Just got to try to, stay in this situation. It's been a good game to watch, a fun game to watch. I don't know how pretty it's been at times. No offense to either team, but we've kind of made runs against each other. So let's see how things go down the stretch here in the Cougar Den. I was kind of looking ahead. We did that at the other game the other night, looking ahead at who now. Going to get a little full court press here. See if it's that same token press or if it's going to be, nope, going to back it off. Just up a little bit. Didn't stay up there. 1-point lead for the Cyclones. Dom's back in, kicks out to Carter Flaherty. Carter misses. Rebound down to Ryder. Ryder gives it up to Parker. Parker to Brody, gets it knocked away. Nice cut by Parker. Nice cut. Don't stand and watch. Do something. Good cut by Parker Umback. Way to see him there. think that was Ryder, gives it off to him, and nice cut. Now make your free throws. If you've got a young kid at home, tell them to move without the basketball. Don't stand and watch and beg for the basketball. Cut, move. Parker Schwartz checks back in for Dom. Offense for defense. Parker gets the second free throw, and Illini Central goes back in the lead. So like I said, going offense for defense, both Preston and Dom out. You got Flaherty and Swore in. Tom with the drive, gives it off to Toma. Toma kicks out to Maxwell. Maxwell's already hit a couple of threes. Tom with a nice ball reversal to Toma, who drives, goes up, misses. Rebound down to Parker. Brody's going to bring it up here for the Cougars. They're going to try to double him. It goes off of Brody's knee. Going the other way, Maxwell. Maxwell picks up his dribble. Over to Tom. Tom throws it in to Klein. Klein out. I'm sorry, that wasn't Klein. Got the wrong number there. That was Safura with it. So Safura, Klein, Toma, Maxwell, and Tom on the court for the Cyclones. That's a nice out of bounds. I thought they went the wrong direction. They're going to call foul on that, and that's going to be the fourth. So both teams have 4 team fouls now. So we're 1 away from the bonus for both. Coach Witt tells Hughes, get in there. He jumps up, and he will get Safura. Let's see what they've got for an out of bounds play here in a 1-point game. Maxwell with it. Tom's going to come around, try to give it in. That's Hughes. Stop slapping at it. Leaves Toma alone for 3 on a double down. It goes off of Parker Schwartz, but one of the Cyclones was out of bounds, and it hit him before it hit the floor. Dom checks back in. Offense for defense, like I said. They don't have my camera moved, but it looked like maybe does Hughes have 4 fouls too? Because he's going offense for defense as well. I don't know. They're definitely going to face guard Brody late here in this situation. I hadn't really checked their foul situation, but the way we're subbing makes it seem as though it's that way. I was right. Preston came back in. Dump down there. Ryder gets Brody on the back cut. It gets knocked away. They're doing a good job guarding that. Like, I don't know if we've got any of those on it. You still got to try it. It just means you don't throw it. So here's the out-of-bounds play from the Cougars. Are they going to get what they want? Yeah, they get it out to Dom. Dom looks inside. Like I said, that's a nice play. Rims in. Nice pass by Ryder. He didn't have anything, and Parker says, I'll take it. Assist Ryder Claypool. Like I said, everybody pays attention to the 1,000-point scorer, Brody Folks, and his teammates get open. There's a 3 from the corner by Toma. That gets him to 22, and he ties the game up here on a Thursday night in January from the Cougar Den. Dom drives, jump stop, kicks it across to Parker. Patient, 3 minutes to go, patient. Ooh. I don't know if we're holding on Brody. Hope Ryder's knee's all right. He someone slid into his knee. So they called that foul there. I don't know if it was a hold. Yeah, we got free throws to shoot here because it's bonus. It was on the floor, so that's the 5th team foul on the Cyclones. Like I said, for us, we're 1 away, so we're 1 away from shooting free throws as well. Brody looking for his 24th and 25th point, but more importantly, looking to give the Cougars the lead. Brody rims the first one out. Subs coming in, going back to offense to defense. Klein comes in. They've got Klein, Toma, Hughes, Tom, and Maxwell. Brody gets the second. And Illini Central goes back into the lead. It's back and forth here at the Cougar Den. right at 3 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. What are they going to run for Toma? They're going to try to get him in the post. He backs Ryder down. Ball goes off of the Cyclones. Offense for defense. If you've been to a game and you wonder why you're doing that, well, don't want Dom and Preston to foul out, so they don't play defense. Now we want to run some clock, but we're not the kind of team that can just going to stall it. Enough of the take care of the basketball. Well, and I hit the button accidentally. There we go. Parker for 3. Rims off. Rebound down 2. Nice play by Toma. Throws it off of Preston's feet. Don't want to foul. We don't want a silly foul. Put him on the free throw line. There's Klein. He's going to go up. And it rims out. Oh, that one just, it was so soft bouncing out of there. Those are the ones you're sure they're going to go in. Ryder drives, jump stop, push shot. His rolls off. That gets knocked out of bounds. They called it out on us. Yikes. 2 minutes to go. There's the Cyclones bring it to the front court. Doesn't matter what you think is what the call was. To high post to Toma. He's going to try to back his way in. He calls 3 seconds, which Coach Witt looks frustrated by that. I'm sure it definitely could have been. It's just funny, like, I'm not sure that isn't the first 3 seconds I've seen called all the time of all the games I've broadcast this season for the boys, which hasn't been that many, but you just don't see that called very often. I mean, it is a rule still. Illini Central up 1. Call a foul on Hughes. That's his 4th, I think, unless our guys doing the board are so quick. They're so good at, we have so many good people that help make the games go here, the List and Darcy, and do a great job. But yeah, that was his 4th. Parker makes the first free throw. 1:29 to go in the game. Illini Central leads 53-51. Illini Central's 1 foul away too. So if I'm the Cyclones, I'm going to be aggressive, going to the basket, put them in a position. Parker Umbach, senior, with 2 huge free throws to give the Cougars a 3-point lead. You got to know where Graham Maxwell, freshman number 2, is. He's coming to this side. He's already hit 2 3-pointers, and they both were just as pure as could be. Got to know where he's at. Ben Toma is the leading scorer. He drives, goes up, and he gets fouled. He'll go to the free throw line for 2. Parker didn't like the call, and it absolutely was a foul. It wasn't even close. But you made him earn him at the free throw line. That's Parker's first foul, so that's not necessarily a bad foul. You're just fortunate that he didn't make it and get the free throw. So Toma's going to shoot the free throws, and that one rims out. Still an opportunity to get another one. Luckily for the Cyclones, they may need to foul here coming up. So they're gonna make sure, or they're positive they're not gonna have to foul to get into the bonus. Trying to go for a jump ball. That's a good decision. Unfortunately, both free throws rimmed out for Toma, and the Cougars have an opportunity to go and make this make this a 2-possession game, a multiple possession game. Coach Burks talks to the official close to him. I'm guessing he's telling him when Brody makes both of these, he would like a timeout to talk about what they do and don't need to do. Brody gets the second one, and there's the timeout. It's going to be a full timeout since the boys are sitting down. Again, I'll run it just because I want to make sure our fans have it. Like I said, I don't care about the like. I care about making sure you subscribe and then you get that notification bell checked so that you know when it goes live. You're ready for some Cougar basketball, whether it's the boys or the girls or volleyball. Like I said, either one is fine. Wow, I've got this. I'm going to have to go back. Hopefully they don't hide that. Illini Bluffs and Mount Pulaski girls basketball game going on in Mount Pulaski. Mount Pulaski's undefeated. That game a moment ago. I don't know. Is that still live over there? Yeah, it is. They go to overtime? Anyway, back to this game. 5-point lead for the Cougars. The ball's in Klein's hands. They're in a set play. Here comes Maxwell to the top. Sometimes a freshman won't be extra aggressive that maybe a senior would. I think he's got to really look for his shot. He's got 2 threes already. Tom's going to drive. Spins. Oh, they're going to call him for a travel. Ooh. I don't know. Safura will check back in. He's going to get Hughes, I would assume. Yep, because of fouls, like I just said. Offense for defense. 30-second timeout for Coach Witt. Talk about what they need to do here. They're going to obviously, the Cyclones are in a position where they want to do, you're saying somebody make a play, somebody get a steal, somebody do a Larry Bird and steal it there in 87 from Isaiah Thomas, which was awesome. And somebody make a steal. But if we don't get the steal, let's be ready to foul right away. And that's probably part of the huddle for the Cyclones. When we foul, let's not shove somebody. Let's go for the basketball. We don't want one of those silly situations where they call it an intentional or something, even though you really are intentionally trying to foul. But first off, somebody make a play. Somebody get a steal. I'm not sure why the ball's right here. Shouldn't it be on the baseline? I don't know. The shot was on the floor. It was not a shooting foul. So it's going to be, would have been 2 free throws either way because of the bonus. Brody makes that one. That pushes it to a 6-point lead with 46 seconds to go. Brody rims that one out. Tom with the rebound. He'll push it into the front court quickly. Toma gives it back to him. He drives. He's going to get all the way to the rim and finish. Now's where we got to meet it and be ready to be fouled. Be ready to be fouled. There's a foul call, which somebody might think, well, that wasn't much contact. Hey, you're more worried about losing the time than you are about whether it was or wasn't a foul. You really want that clock to stop, because if it's not, and it takes another 3 seconds to foul, that's 3 less seconds you have. So now Cougars need to keep making free throws. There's another one. Games are won in this situation when you can make your free throws. Parker gets both of them. We got a timeout here. That timeout is going to be a 30-second timeout by Coach Witt. They're going to talk about what they want to do. I don't know how many timeouts we have left for sure for both teams. It seems like there should be some. Coach Witt seems like he should have at least a couple more, or at least one more. They've got to go the length of the court. Again, like I mentioned, Graham has hit a couple threes. Toma's the leading scorer for them with 22, although most of his points have come in the paint on drives and things like that. Illini Central's going to pick up a little bit full court. Tom throws a full court pass, and they don't catch it. They had it. I moved the camera slow because I did not think there was any way in the world they were going to throw the ball the length of the court and get it. Wow, what a pass. Sorry that I missed it. When he reared back, I'm like, there's no way we're not back. And from the reaction of our coaches, we weren't. Brody hits the free throw. Coach Burks is going to sub out. He gets Dom out and Preston out. Into the game comes Hank Nance and Landon McGinnis. Brody gets another free throw, and it's 61-53 in favor of the Cougars. Here's Toma to Tom. Tom for three. It's good. Timeout by the Cyclones with 15.9 seconds to go. It's a 61-56 game in favor of Illini Central. So I didn't see on the bench how many timeouts were left. I should have checked that. Coach Burke's running the kind of like a football out of bounds play. They did get it in bounds. There's a foul called. They were trying to take everybody out of bounds and then throw it long. Parker misses that one. Still a little bit of time, not a lot. Parker gets that one. Will Durbin will check in. He's going to get Parker. Parker down the stretch, hit his free throws. No fouls, Coach Burke says. Tom with it. It hits the back of the backboard. Can't have everybody out of bounds, I don't think, because that's off. They have to be in bounds. You can't be out of bounds because it isn't off of a make. There's a foul there. So 3.5 to go. It's 62-56 in favor of the Cougars. They were able to make a run to start the fourth. Gave them the opportunity to get what appears to be the win. And win 5 out of their last 6 games as they, like I said, possibly head to Porter tomorrow night. I don't know what will happen weather-wise. We know it's supposed to be super cold, so we don't. As of this minute, there's a game on the schedule for Petersburg tomorrow night. And I'm gonna have to figure out. Hope Walmart doesn't have any groceries. Shots off by Tom. It's a good, hard-fought game both ways. A lot of youth on that Cyclones team. Played hard. Got a good, bright future. The JV was good. They played well. Good job by the Cougars tonight. You know, I talked a lot about playing defense and that. When we finally did what we were talking, what I had mentioned about getting stops and trying to string some together, that was a positive. That was when we finally kind of did a little bit of that, did what we needed to do defensively, things got a whole lot better. And hopefully we can learn from that. This is one of those games, like I said, we needed to focus on defense and our effort. My keys to the game: take pride in your defense. For the majority of the game, I don't know how much pride we took in it, but at the end, when it counted, we did. So That's why you play the whole 4 quarters. Cyclones, like I said, I thought they played really hard tonight and saw some positives. And again, they came into the game on a 3-2 in their last 5 games. So I thought they had something to build on from tonight and how that went down this, at different stretches throughout this game. So Coach Burks is going to be up here in a minute to talk to me about the game. So I'm gonna mute the mic for a minute. I'm gonna get him set up to broadcast and or not broadcast, to be interviewed by me, and then we will talk about what we have coming up and set the stage for the weekend and for next week. So hang on, don't go away. All right, so I have Coach Burks with me here tonight. Well, we had a conversation earlier in the day about could we stay as motivated as we were the other night.
Right.
And I would say for 3 quarters, we weren't.
No.
And we weren't.
No. And, I told them at halftime, that me 5 years ago, I probably would have lost my mind early and screamed and yelled.
Right.
I mean, it just doesn't do any good. They were just going to have to decide whether or not they cared enough to win, and we got to the 4th quarter, and that's when they decided to do it, and obviously outscored them by 13 in the 4th quarter and got the ball to the basket and made big plays, get stops and big rebounds, and that was it. And one good quarter was enough tonight. Obviously, that's not always the case. But, I mean, we hung in there the rest of the time to at least give us a chance to have a good quarter at the end and win it. So.
Yeah, I mentioned that you got mad a couple of times. Like a couple of times you hollered out. You could hear. I couldn't see it because they had the camera on the other end. But I said then after that, what you basically just said is, as a coach, like then it becomes either you're going to do it or you're not.
Right. Exactly.
Like it's not. You're not going to yell them back. You're not going to get. And not that you were doing that. I just mean they got to want it. And I mentioned before the broadcast about taking pride in your defense. And didn't really do that until the end. Like I said, you got to strain. It can't be one stop and then two good baskets in a row.
Right.
And then, like you said, in the fourth quarter, you did that.
Yep.
You strung together stops.
Yeah, and again, we always talk about it. They're 16, 17, 18-year-old kids. I mean, they are kids. They don't. Right. I could tell them a million times that it's going to be different tonight. You have to make your own energy. You got to. They don't listen. They don't care.
Right.
They don't know. Yeah. So until it was smacking them in the face that, hey, we might get beat, they didn't flip the switch.
Well, and I mentioned too, and I know neither one of us, again, we don't like excuses, but there's excuses and then there's facts, and sometimes excuses are facts too.
Yes, exactly.
At the end of the day, with 5 minutes to go, they find out they don't have school tomorrow.
Right, exactly.
They're already, there goes their, now I'm thinking about having a day off. Again, that's not an excuse not to play defense, but like you said, they're still kids, and there's things that affect your focus.
Yep.
I thought the Cyclones played a good game. They've got a nice they're kind of young. They're young. They've got their JV team was. I know we made a run back, but
they played well.
That's a team that that's a pretty good. That's a good win.
Yeah,
it's not like I know their record isn't where they want it to be.
But they beat Olympia, who's our Sangamon Conference opponent, and they beat Springfield Lutheran, who pounded us. So and they were hitting shots early and. It's a win. It's a big win.
Yeah, and it was a good game to watch. You were probably a little frustrated. I was a little, we could have been cleaner in it.
Right.
And I think that I'm sure you would agree too, the fact that talking about this morning too, you can't pick and choose when you're going to play at a certain level and be as good as you want to be. You can't go, well, tonight's Havana, so we're really going to get after them. Or Pulaski, like I said at the beginning of the game, you get a little bulletin board material.
Right, yeah, exactly. There was none of that today. It was just you got to make your own, get your own juices going. So.
Yep, and I thought certain people stepped up. One positive, you hit a ton of free throws down the stretch.
We've been shooting them well, yep.
Yeah, so it was a good game, a good win. I mentioned we assume we're going to go to Porter tomorrow night, but we don't.
Yeah, that's the plan.
We don't, things are probably going to be up in the air come tomorrow when we see what really does and what the temperature actually is and all that. So
we just had our yearly Sangamon Conference talk where give you a little insight where we come to an agreement that we're not going to pout and feel sorry for ourselves, and there's going to be some rough moments, and we're going to stick together and try to get better, and then it'll become regional time and we'll get back to playing 1A teams.
Right, yeah. So, yeah, because you got tomorrow night Porta, depending on, like we said, the weather. Then next week you got Williamsville on Tuesday, Delavan on Thursday, New Berlin on Friday. So, I could probably just sleep up here in the booth.
Yeah, for sure.
We'll be up here 4 times next week.
For sure. So. Here it is. I would like, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Cougar basketball got 4 huge wins. I know the girls picked up a big one.
Yeah, they got another one tonight.
They got another one tonight. So that's a whole lot of basketball wins for the Cougars and Lady Cougars. So it's been a really good week.
I put on the screen that about the 7th grade win last night.
Yep.
They know now that Philomena did win.
Okay.
It was like 40-something to 30-something. It was kind of a high-scoring game. So that'll be Monday night. We'll have all kinds of stuff here. It's going to be a busy plate. You're gonna need to sleep here next week.
Busy week. I think I had 15 straight days of events or something, so it'll be good.
The life of an athletic director and basketball coach.
Oh yeah,
so
for sure.
Thanks for sitting in with me. Good win tonight.
Yep, appreciate it.
And we'll let our fans know what happens tomorrow. But as of right now, we're on as scheduled.
Yeah, we'll see you in Petersburg.
All right. Take care, Coach. Thanks. Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate it. Thanks for hanging on till the end. Those of you that did. Got a nice compliment earlier in the year from someone from Cornerstone Christian. One of the coaches said something to me tonight about how we do what we do at the Sports Network. It's always nice. We're predominantly student-driven, although Coach Bunner and I do laugh a little bit. We do some of the driving as well. But we take what we do with the Sports Network pretty seriously and with the class, and we're glad that we can bring you a broadcast that I hope that's more enjoyable than just a camera that supposedly tries to track the basketball. So I'm glad that you were here with us tonight, and I'm glad to, like mention Coach Giesler, who's no longer with us, who meant a lot to us even trying to broadcast our own games, and then my dear friend Alan Stout, who helped me immensely at the beginning when the pandemic started, and I had no idea how I was going to take it to what we try to do now. I wish they both were here to see what we do. So thank you for tuning in. Appreciate it. Cougars win 64-56. I'll see you next week 4 times if you want to tune in. So take care, stay warm, and don't forget, life is good.